The crypto popcorn trading strategy. In this live video, I'm going to demonstrate this strategy using $18,000 worth of various cryptocurrencies. But before I start, let's continue on with the ongoing raffle where I'm doing what a lot of top guys are doing, and I'm copying them, is to do a little giveaway for the people who comment on the videos. So I'm just starting out. We have 6 comments on the last video. So I will randomly pick. And the one that I did last time had no Litecoin address. Here's another one with no Litecoin address. And so the raffle rolls over one more time again. Your comments under this video could win you 0.3 Litecoin. And if it's a great comment that really makes me want to answer a good question, then I will double that and it'll be 0.6 Litecoin that I send along. And I like doing that because then I send along the same amount matching to my newborn daughter's Litecoin wallet as well. So hello, my name is Doug. I am the creator of digitalcurrencytraders.com, and we're having the 6th registration for our series of courses starting next week. So from the 14th to the 18th of November, registration will be open, and then it closes and we start the whole course again. Now for this video, I'm going to demonstrate this popcorn trading method with this account that shows $17,842 worth of Bitcoin in it, or Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And this is my Faucet Guy trading account. It's one of the 4 main trading accounts that I have that I do different trading strategies in. And inside this one, what I've done with it is I started back in September of 2015, and I started putting only faucet earnings and free referral earning money into this account. And then I started diversifying my investments, and just every time I got a little bit of money, every weekend I would do another little video showing what I'm breaking up my 600,000 Satoshi into 3 different investments type of thing. And I would do every week, I would take all my faucet earnings and keep investing it. And over time, I think this has had, I went and did the math on it. I did a spreadsheet, and there was 1.2 Bitcoin worth of investments put into this over time. And now it's standing at 2.69, 2.7. And it's had a high of about 5 Bitcoin of value back in, say, late July. And this account is a buy and hold for 3 to 5 years. At the same time, what I want to do is I'm anticipating now in all these cryptocurrencies that we're going to see what I call a popcorn move, which means that the prices pop way up and then they drop way back down, just like popcorn. And so what I want to do is lay out some sell orders in advance with a portion of my holdings in all of these markets at specific technical levels. And I want to take, say, 30% of the holdings of each of the different coins I have and layer out a couple sell orders. So I'll do 20% of it, say, here, and then 10% of it way up here, and just leave those orders there. And I'll hold the rest of my 70% of the coins for discretionary selling. But mainly I want to hold this for 3 to 5 years, and I don't want to do discretionary selling in this account. Even if it's going down, this is one of the things that I just want to leave it for 3 to 5 years and keep adding to it instead of ever thinking about trading it. This is just an investment account. At the same time, I know that cryptocurrencies often do this popcorn move. And so I want to demonstrate how you can capture these profits, especially at a time like now when we have the chart patterns like we do at historical lows. So let's go back to this account because I'm going to go back and forth here. And you can see that I've got things arranged in order of value from 0.76 Bitcoin value for the Ethereum that I bought back in December of 2015 and January of 2016. We'll take a look in a second. And we'll go through in this long video each of these different markets and lay out those orders. So it may be that I won't be able to go through all of them in a live video, but you'll know my strategy, and I'll probably pick this up tomorrow morning with a good strong cup of coffee and finish going through everything. So just jump over here to Ethereum here, and I want to go scroll down, 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 and go to my trades. And we can see here that I purchased some on the 14th of December 2015. Then the 12th of January 2016, and I bought some more on the 6th month, June 18th of 2016. So you can see I didn't buy much of it each time. I bought 200,000 Satoshi worth, 200,000 Satoshi worth after it came back down here in January, and it made a bottom formation. So I bought another, 0.01 Bitcoin worth of it. And it's really gone crazy up in value since then. So 8 times in value pretty much. And this is, of course, Ethereum has come down quite a ways. So this was a fantastic profit. And many of these coins are going to be like this in 3 to 5 years. It's going to be an enormously profitable account. And I want to be able to grow it faster. I am also greedy. And I also believe that the cryptocurrencies have a lot of these spikes up and then they come back down. So I want to sell out a portion of my holdings as it spikes back up, anticipating that it's going to come back down. And the discipline part of it is to keep those holdings and put them back into that coin should the price of it come back down. So that's one option. The other option is to take the, when the prices do a popcorn move and I get some profits, that I take it and I put it into another coin that's making a bottom formation, maybe a coin that I don't have enough of an investment here. So if you have any questions, put them into the chat. I have it opened up so that I can actually see it and watching along. One thing that I want to do, and let me see if I can mark up this chart, is to highlight 2 different trading methods, because I'm studying them myself, and this is my trading university. I want to put out the theories, I want to test them all, and do the videos over and over. So one strategy, and the one I'm talking about today is the popcorn strategy, would be that I put on all of my trade here, and then I take profits here, I take profits here, I take profits here, and maybe I have some money set as profit targets here as well. So I could draw myself a bell curve. This is not the bell curve of where this has the sell orders set, but it could be, right? I could have the bell curve of how much I'm selling out at each of these levels, all pre-identified. So this is the preparation for popcorn markets or pump and dumps, getting ready in advance for that crazy pump to be ready to sell without being there. And then when prices do come back down, you can reassess if you're going to put back in. So another way to do this bell curve would be to say, most of my stuff is going to sell at these levels, but I'm going to keep a little bit to be able to sell at these levels way up here. And you can see that I would take out most of my profits when the market came up to these historical levels, but I'd keep a little bit to go up and take profits if it went to insane levels. All right, so that's strategy number 1 that I'm setting up here today. And I'm doing it because this is a buy and hold for 3 to 5 years account. So that's why I'm doing it here. The other strategy is different, where you would put on a portion of your trade here. And should it prove you correct and make a staging area, you would add on another portion of your trade here. And then you'd be looking to take off your trade when the markets make a 1, 2, 3 top formation, or when the moving averages cross over, which would be just after the top. And so you're looking to have a small part of your position here, add onto it when you're correct, and then take profits after the markets top out and start coming down the other side. So that's the second theory. So this one, you're growing your position when you're proven right, and then you're waiting for the market to tell you when to get out. The other one was to put on all of your trade at the beginning, and then to feather your trade out as the market goes higher and take your profits as the market go higher. So the first one that I'm demonstrating here today, you put on your full position and you're taking your position off as the market goes up. The second one, which I'm going to be demonstrating in a different account and monitoring over time, you put on a small bit of your position at the beginning, and then if you're proven correct, you add on to that position. So then you are always smaller when you are wrong, and you are bigger when you are correct. Whereas with the position I'm showing you now, I'm putting on all the trade right at the beginning. So if I'm wrong biggest because my entire trade is on. And I want to study those two. And we are doing the math on it to say, what if I had in the past, back in March, decided to do it method number 1 and method number 2? What if? And then do the math to show how much profit you would have made in either of these two different strategies. So I wanted to go over those so that you could consider them. And then now I'm just going to go through and do all of the trade setups. For ease, I'm going to put these into alphabetical order now so that we can start off the same levels. What else do I have open here? YouTube commenter I can close. That picture I can close. Bitcoin price chart, always interesting to look at. When I made this head and shoulders top formation, a capitulation high, and then it broke below these levels, a beautiful 1, 2, 3 top formation, and break down below here. You could almost ignore this and call it a double top. Fantastic. And I do think my own personal opinion is that it may be coming back a little bit. And I'm hoping personally that when it comes back, the alts go up because I have all of my trades into alts now. So as alts are pumping up, what I'm going to do now is look at these price levels and just lay out my sell orders. And I'm only going to do a little bit of it. About 30% of all my holdings is my rule of thumb that I'm trying for now. So where are my glasses so that I can read these numbers? And before I get... Good. Appreciate your information. CryptoCurrency. I'm glad to have you guys here as an audience. I wouldn't do the research as deeply as I do without the members in our website where I'm going through all this 3 times every week, all the time. Crazy. No idea to get profit from it. Just following people, what people do, maybe to start myself. How to get profit from trading cryptocurrencies should be in, I'd say when you get think of it as a pie chart where a big portion of your pie goes into lending, where you just take $20 a week and you buy some Bitcoin from the local Bitcoin ATM. It doesn't matter. Whatever you can do to buy some Bitcoin, get some Bitcoin, and then put that into Poloniex or Bitfinex for lending. That's it, really. Repeat that over and over and over. Repeat that. If Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million each, then that $20 is going to turn into, you'll have to do the math. It's crazy. Shane Christensen, thank you. What do I think about EDG right now? EDG is not trading on Poloniex, so I haven't looked at the chart. And I limit myself to what's going on Poloniex because there's 4,600 coins out there. An insane number that I just can't keep track of. And in fact, let me go to this view and recommend that you check out cointracking.co if you haven't already, because it's the only way that I can manage all of these coins from all these different exchanges. So now I'll go back to this one and finish answering some of these questions. So I don't know about EDG, but you'll know because I trade a specific pattern on the charts, and I don't care what it is. It could be gold and silver. It could be corn, wheat, oats, soybeans. It could be the price of items on the RuneScape Grand Exchange for things that are trading in the multiplayer game RuneScape. It has a grand exchange that's based on supply and demand, and the charts will show you when that trend is changing. So I don't know about it, but I do know that pattern, and I hope that by watching my videos, you'll know that pattern too. The popcorn theory could be profitable, but if you get unlucky enough to catch a runaway bull market, then you will blow up your account quickly. If you're unlucky enough, so what I'm trying to get a bull market. The thing is that with this popcorn strategy, if it's a long-term trending strategy going up, I'm going to sell out most of my coin, and I'm not going to make all the profit as it goes way up. That's the strategy I'm doing now. So I only want to do this with 30% of my coin. The other strategy is to add on to your position when you're correct, and then wait for the market to top out and show you that you should be selling out. And that one will make you a bigger position that you hold all the way through the whole entire trend. And in the long term, the method of buying small and then adding on should be a more profitable trading method than to buy a whole stack and sell it out as it's going up. That's what I'm studying, and I'm going to prove it all this winter. AMP seems to be putting in a long-term bottom and a giant falling wedge. Indeed, there are so many bottoms right now, just as there were back in March of 2017. So if I go to YouTube, and why does it not go to my channel here? All of a sudden, it doesn't have that coming up. I'm not going to this URL often enough. So the reason I came here is to go down to the historical playlists and look at this March 2017 mega review. It's much the same as I've done here recently for this time of the year and now, but I broke it up into little wee videos for each of the different coins. If you go through and watch these videos and then pull up the chart at the same time and take a look at what the predictions were there at the end of March when prices were doing this formation, what I did as predictions and what actually turned out there. Go through and watch it all, and then review these markets that are going on right now and just consider yourself what the patterns are that are similar and what you could do. Now you have two different buying methods as well, where you could buy small and then add on when things are correct and the trend is going this way, hold it till the trend is done, or you could buy a whack of it and sell it out, expecting it to do these quick little popcorn moves and letting you reinvest after it's done a huge move and come right back down. So all sorts of stuff going on. EDG, so it won't be one that I go over normally. EDG, if it comes up here, it's in on Bittrex. Ooh, 3-day view. So this one isn't one I can trade most of the time because it is such a short period of time that it's been out. So I like to wait for the market to go up, do its thing, come down to a bottom again, 1, 2, 3 bottom, and then take off. So if this is an IPO, it could take off and go wonderfully, but I don't trade them because it's not a bottom formation that's showing me a change in the trend. And so I'll wait for this to go up. All the hysteria goes on. All these wonderful things happen with it. I got to get rid of this now. So, for example, if we scroll down here and look at something else that was similar to that everybody else may have made a killing on, but it didn't get into my trading portfolio. All the way through this move up here, as it was going up, I couldn't buy in. It was already outside of my trading signal. It was doing this, it's outside my trading signal. I can't get in. It's already made too much of a move. I can't trust that anything going up like in a crypto is going to stay up, right? It's always going to come crashing back down. So once it started to move, hands off for me. But now, I had to be patient, but this has come back down to these beautiful little bottom formations now in this last week here, in this last month, where we have a beautiful little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. And so it doesn't matter if it takes it a year and a half for these brand new coins to go up and come down and then make a bottom formation that shows me that the project has turned around, confidence is turned around, people are buying into it, the volume of trades are coming in, I'm getting these pre-pump patterns in the volume of buying, then I'll invest in those things. So I don't invest in any of those new coins, even though they could go up fantastically. I'll wait for this moment in their future. What program do I use to keep my tax information? Let's see if it covers me up here. This one, cointracking.co. This is the my referral link actually through to cointracking.info, and you'll save 10% if you go through cointracking.co through there. You'll save 10% off the price, and I get a 20% referral fee off of your entering and joining cointracking.co. And if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer it, because I do recommend it and I do use it every single day. It's fantastic. And the more I use it, the more I'm learning about it too. It is so enormous. They do so many updates on this platform. It's crazy. I really aspire to be as fantastic as they are in what they're doing and how I'm doing mine. So I appreciate that question, Dest. Flipping AGS since 2008. Shane, you're a merchanter. And are you taking your merchanting skills now and turning them into use in the real world and getting rich in the real world as well? This is what happened for me. Is I practiced that from 2009 to 2012. I made myself from millions into a multi-billionaire on the game, and it just took up so much time, as much time as I'm doing here in alts, and it's not making any money. So eventually I had to give it up and just say, okay, it worked and I'm not doing it anymore. But then when I discovered Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, the game was on. And so back in no sense telling you, I may as well show you. Here's two of my accounts. They're at $83,000 Canadian right now. You can see that the Bitcoin value has gone down after I cashed out enormous amounts of money to Canadian dollar, which I should have left in Bitcoin. But all fantastic stuff to have made so much money and then banked so much at the same time. What I wanted to show was the full-time all data, and I wanted to go into Canadian dollar, and I will say that this has got some erroneous data back here in January of 2010. So I have to fix that. But what I wanted to point out here is that in 2015 I started out with nothing. By May of 2000 or July of 2015, I was up to about $500 Canadian. A year later, in July, I was up to about 7,000 Canadian. So there's about 10 times. From when I started to that first summer, I made it up to almost 1,000. Then here's almost 10 times value the next year. And then in 2017, of course, way more than 10 times value. And this chart doesn't show everything that's in the bank, and it doesn't show a few of the other trading accounts that are not listed here. This isn't all of them. So it is fantastic to have the RuneScape merchanting actually turn into a trading method that's working here. But the funny thing is, it wasn't a RuneScape trading method. It was the trading method that I learned from Ken Roberts back in 1994. And the book is a little, oh, here it is. Can you see this? The World's Most Powerful Money Manual and Course, or TWAMPM for short. So I bought all the cassette tapes, the whole bit, and I really dove into it for years. I studied how to trade the commodities markets. And I put together my trading system between 1994 and 1998. Then I put it aside for a few years because I didn't have enough money to trade commodities. Now, all that research has finally come together. I'm kind of off track. let's start going through this. AMP. AMP. I believe my friends are over to visit. And one of my friends could be visiting here is also got a cryptocurrency account set up with a small investment. So here you can see that I already have sell orders in this market set out using this strategy. It's already there in advance. There's nothing for me to do here where I've put out 10, 20, 37 out of what I own. So I still own this many that I'll hold, and this account is set out to sell them as they go up. And we're set up 0018 at the top. And where does that lay us out to? If I put this into the 1 day chart, it loads faster. 0018. So I'm looking for something beyond what it's done before, and I'm prepared for 0018 way above the prices that are even here. But I've got a little bit laid out in that way. And the next one I have here is Ardor, and you can see here that I have nothing laid out. Having 2,900 of them, maybe I'll lay out 700 to sell. So let's zoom into the 1 month view. And I'm going to sell a little of them right here at 00010. So what I do is I'll say 500, 400 of them at 000. It's always hard to see. 10. And that's how much I'll get out of this there, should they go up to that price. And I also want to put out another 300 of them at much higher than that, but nothing like astronomical for a crypto. And I'll sell those. And that's it. So this is my popcorn strategy, is to lay out these orders in advance, buy it all now. Like this looks good. Looks like the price is going to be pushed up. Buy it all now. And because this is a buy and hold for a 3 to 5 year account, I put on the whole trade at the beginning and I keep adding to it rather than thinking about whether it's going up or down. I just keep adding to it. I want to be sure that I have a blanket ownership of pretty much everything that's got a heartbeat. So Bitcoin Cash, not much of it. I sold that as soon as I got any. Probably not a good idea. Bit Crystals, nothing out for sale. So Bit Crystals, and I'll do the similar strategy. So I'm looking for, I'm going to sell at 00029, and then I'll sell some at 00069. So I'll go 29 and I'll sell 10 of them there, and then I'll sell 69 and I'll sell 10 of them there too. And so I'm not making great numbers of money off this trade, clearly, but it's the percentage gain from where it is now that I'm most concerned with in this trading strategy. So each day now, then my chore will be to double check this account to see if indeed something has sold out. Then I have to look at my order history, my trade history, to see what sold out and make a note of it so that I know I'm going to be using that coin to buy back in. It may be that by the time it's sold out last night at 11 o'clock and I get up this morning at 5, the price may have already come back down and it's time to buy that coin back again. So I want to pay close attention to that. So Bitcoin, next one is Bitmark. I've already got some set out for BitShares. It's not likely that this is set out for sale, but rather it's set out for tiered lending. So I have in this account, because it's a buy and hold for 3 to 5 years, I have everything all set up on tiered lending that I don't pay attention to anymore. I have a little bit at all sorts of different layers of interest rates. So should the interest rates spike up to anything then all of these kick in. They all renew themselves automatically unless they're really small, and I've got the renewal off. That one should be on. And you can see here that without me paying any attention to it, as Doge interest rates have risen recently, my account has automatically started lending them. I have some additional STR to put out for lending, so let me do that. I'll do it at 3.6%, and for 52 days auto renew, just to get it out there. Clam, I'm also earned some, but I think this one will probably pump again, and let's get this at 0.9, but that will probably go very much higher, so I don't want it to renew. I just want it to give me a little bit and then kick out. And I can go through, I've got another 64,000 Doge that I just bought recently that I should be putting out for lending. What's the interest rate? It's not good right now. Look at the interest rate in Doge. It's way down, and you wouldn't expect that just recently I was getting 1.2 and 1.8% interest that's still holding. That was just today. So the interest rate spiked on that as Dogecoin went up, and this is a fantastic way to earn some additional money on these holdings. So I should do a quick transfer, get this into the lending account. And since it already went out for 1.8%, I'm going to put this at 2.8%, and I'm going to put the whole thing on just because I'm lazy and I'm doing this right now. But really, 2.8% is phenomenal to get all that much coin out there for 2.8%. That'll be huge percentage-wise returns. Back to deposits and withdrawals. So that's why you can see here that BitShares looks like it's on orders, but it's actually out for lending. Burst, all of it out on orders, and I don't have much of it now, but I had quite a bit more. I sold off some of the Burst. So let's go and see what I've got for Burst orders. Doing taxes hard through that program? No, it's not hard through that program, and yes, CRA accepts it fine. They took mine last year, and I did an adjustment on 2015 because I didn't report it back then. So I made the report with this program. You just send them the files, print everything out. It works very well. So the coin tax report here, it shows $216,000 capital gain here the last time I ran the report. So I can run it several different times. And as I load up the report and bring stuff in here for, you can see there's all sorts of different reports down here. Closing position report is really important, and the capital gains report. Capital gains report and the closing positions report. So I just exported the CSVs, printed the tables, and sent those into my bookkeeper. He filed them and took care of everything after that. So again, if you have any questions about this, you can let me know. I'll be happy to help. I don't know everything in it, but I will help with what I can, because every time I do help, then I learn something more. And if you go through the referral program and join, then I do get a small percentage of your fee. And I'd appreciate that, because all of this goes into one of my lending accounts and continues to grow. So Burst. Now you can see what a detailed process this is. More detailed right now because I'm explaining it all. Clams, again, is the same thing. It is set up so that those clams will lend and lend and lend, and I don't care if the price goes up and down for 3 to 5 years. It's going to keep growing how much clams that I have without me having to buy any more. So when it does really go higher and this account is ready to sell out, then that'll be all good. Civic Coin. I didn't know I had any of this. Civic Coin, 0.004. Not very much of it. 106 coins. And it is a pretty new coin. It doesn't have much history at all, so it's hard to lay out a sell order in this coin. This is one just to hold for a whole bunch of long time. I'm going to put a sell order out though with 20 of them, and I'm going to put it out at way higher, just to have something. If it goes, I've got something up that insanely high, because markets have done that. Dash, all set out for lending. Decreed, 0.97 of them. It must have been just a little bit of earnings that came in from something, and I just bought Decreed. And I probably bought it when it was up here, or I think it was right in here actually, so it's come down since I bought it. Would have been good to just wait on that because Bitcoin went up at the same time. And so now Decreed, I want to sell out part of this when it gets up to 0.017. So let's sell out a part of it at 0. What was that again? 0.017. And that will pay for my investment and leave me a little bit still there in my pocket. So it'll pay for my initial investment. Should it come up here and spike back down as this type of thing, this is where I want to reinvest that money. This is my popcorn strategy, which is why I'm saying that I want to report on it in the next 2 to 3 months after I've set this stuff up. I do expect to sit here and do nothing with it for 2 to 3 months, and then I look in one day and say, oh, something pumped, and I have to figure out what it was that sold because I actually have any Bitcoin in this account. This account should never have any Bitcoin. It should be fully invested all the time. So Decreed is done. This is a slow process, and I'm not going to get it all done here in this one. Digibyte, you can see that I've only got 5,000 up for sale. Let's go and take a look at that. Doge is all set out for lending. Ethereum is all set out for lending as well. Expanse is a great one. I made a great profit on Expanse. Now, Digibyte. Where's my 5,000 sell order? At 44. Woo, way above the market. So I need to have one at 21, say 1880. So if I was to sell 5,000 of them at 18, that more than pays for my investment, and I catch something if it does a quick move up to where it's been before. And who knows, look how quickly this went up and then all the way down. So I do want to sell. That's just what I've been learning in alts, is to sell on the spike. And we're not in a trend, that we're in a spiky market thing. We're not in a long upward trend where buy and then add on and then add on worked, because that's what I was trying to do, is to add on here, and it wasn't working as prices kept coming down. So maybe we're coming up to that kind of trend now. At any rate, Digibyte is laid out. Expanse was a great one because I bought it in here and I sold out right here. I bought back in here. Really did great. I don't know where I sold out in here afterwards, but look at that. Bought at 83, sold at insane prices, and then immediately bought back in. So I only had 27 of them. That same day, 5 hours later, the price came all the way back, and I quadrupled my position. Then later I sold out and took some profits, but took out more profits than what I put in at the very beginning on this trade. So I'm way in the profit on this one, no matter what I sell it at. And now where is it anyway? At 2,700. So it really has the potential to do crazy things. All of these markets have the potential to do these crazy things. And I do believe this one is going to do more than what it's done in the past. So I like it. Let me put some for sale here at 0013, and then some more at 0022. 0013. So I'll do 10 of them. And double 0022. I'll sell 10 of them, which takes me down to holding 30 for a really long term. You know, if it spikes up, I want it to come back down so I can buy more. And then, you know, 3 to 5 years, I'll look back and say, you know what, if I hadn't done this strategy at all, this popcorn strategy, and just left them there, it would have been better, because I sold out. And, you know, we'll see. That's what I do these videos for, is because I can go back and watch any video from any week and say, what was I thinking on the second week of April of 2015, 2016, 2017. I'm going to keep doing this because I want to become the best trader I can possibly be, so that I can make as, I don't know, $2.5 million is sort of a range that I'm aiming for. So that I would have $1.5 million in real estate that's paid for, and $1 million to keep trading with, to just live on and travel and stuff. Conservative, right? $2.5 million, really. Folding coin. I made a killing off this one. This was one of my best trades last year. I made 7 Bitcoin in profit in total from buying in here and selling out right by here. I didn't even sell out at the top. And now I think folding coin is going to do another one, and it may take longer to stage and go all the way up, but I think it's going to. It's a fantastic technology that's not just an ICO, but it's actually working and actually doing work for the Stanford University. So it's at 145 Satoshi right now, and it went up to as high as 1,400. So that's 10 times. So if I was to take 900 of these and sell them at that 1.3 here instead of, that's a 10 times increase, and I'm only selling 10% of my stake, so that completely pays for all of my investment in this one. And I still own 9,000 of them. Should I catch it at that time now, and I'm ready to sell out at that peak, I will have captured that kind of return on investment in this coin. Madness, actually. All right, so I am going to call it a video, because all I'm going to do is continue on the very same strategy, moving through to sell out 20-30% of whatever coin I have. Here's game credits. Man, I think everybody who trades cryptos long enough will have a story of the one that got away, where I was buying it at that did not give me the complete trade history of that coin. I was buying it at 200 Satoshi. I was buying it when it was way back when, and I sold out way too early. Didn't make nearly the profits I should have. You know the story. So now I'm going to continue on breaking up these coins all the way along, so that there's nothing that has 0 like this, but they all have at least 30% of that coin set up to sell at those layers. And I'm just going by old technical levels. Old technical levels. So I would want to have a sell order here and a sell order here, so that I'm insured to capture some profits should it come back down after that. And what I'm wanting is to spike up to here, sells me out, comes back to here, I buy back in with even more, and then I wait for it to come up and hit me up here for another run that spiked up and retraced back, and I could buy more. So anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. And again, I encourage you to leave your comments below the video, because next time the Litecoin draw is going to be 0.03 Litecoin. And as you may know, I think Litecoin is going to go 10 times in value over the next year to 18 months. And it's going to become a mini Bitcoin. And it really hasn't been the Litecoin that it, Bitcoin is gold, Litecoin is silver. It hasn't really stayed in parity. And I think it's going to be catching up, and it's going to be going to $700 each Litecoin. What's it now? I don't know. But I think it's going to go 10 times in value from where it is now. So 0.3 Litecoin is 0026. And if you have a really good comment or a really good question, then you could earn this much money. Let's go to Prev and put that in there so I can see what that is in dollars. Right now, that's about 35 bucks for a really good comment underneath this live video. So you have to wait till the video is done and come back to the live stream afterwards and comment under the replay. So thanks again for tuning in. I hope that this conversation about these two different trading strategies is going to be helpful to you. And it's something that I'm going to be working on and demonstrating as the months move along here now. So cheers, and thank you very much again for watching.